Oh no, we did it all wrong. We did everything wrong. I used all my abilities. What an absolute donut. Hello, my name is Dominic Underhallhouse and welcome to another episode of Moonbreaker. In today's episode, I'm going to be going back to our comeback list, the Zuna comeback kit. So you can see the list down here. We've got Zuna, Savria, Snareling, Detonia, Maximus, Arya, Furia, Hit and Run, Crosshair, Shrapnel, and Zapper and Enki. The point of this list is basically to play like a normal sort of fairly board control early game. We want to take out the units, score points. We're almost entirely a points based list here, and the aim is to have a couple of big AoE units for the late game to try and finish things off. So that's why we've got both Shrapnel and Zapper and Enki here to try and get big AoE finishes, to try and get that last 1 or 2 points out of, that we might take a little bit more work to get with the less, with only single target damage. So this is what we're going with. I'm going to just go... Oh, hang on. Cancel. Game found. Well, I guess this is the game mode we're playing. I don't think I clicked ranked. But this is what we're going to go with. I will own up to my mistakes here. If you're enjoying the content, please do remember to like, comment, subscribe, and join us over on Patreon. We've got Cody the Bot here, level 25 Astra player. I've just been looking at some of the analytics here and on YouTube. I'm going to do one of those things that like loads of people do, but I'm going to do it slightly differently. I'm not going to tell you what percentage of you are subscribed and what percentage aren't, and say how disappointing it is and I'd really love all the support. What I will say is if everyone who watched the video had subscribed, I would already have hit the monetization goal, because the percentages work out that we would actually be able to get monetized on YouTube if everyone had already hit that button. So that would mean the world to me if you could do, but if not, don't worry, I appreciate you being here regardless. So they are down here and they're just popping us. Ooh, so they're going for the double jump next turn. So our first thing to do is consider how we want to try and go about this. If we can get a shot with Maximus, we might be able to take a point. So should we try for the really greedy play? So can we get an angle onto... Do you know what we can do actually? Okay, so we're going to try this just for a points thing. I don't think we're quite going to have enough because we're not going to be able to move from one to the other. If we were able to deploy slightly further, this would be incredibly good. But yeah, we're going to move over here. I actually do think Maximus is probably the right play here, so we're going to move over here. Yeah, so we're not going to quite be in range, but if we go this way first, we'll go for the Cinder Sphere. We've got both actually, which is quite interesting. But most importantly, I think we ought to be safe, so we're just going to move backwards at this point. We'll put Mahan down over here, Dado over here, and we'll just chill for now. So ideally it would have been great if we could have got both of these, but they're just slightly too far apart. I actually think if we're over here, there's a chance we could have done so. So now they can move over here and take this, so it probably was actually better for us just to take this point, rather than letting them just... because they could just move here and take it away from us. Motivator Atsu, so they're going full Cinder. They want all the Cinder in the world, so we need to basically blow it up. I think that's all there really is to it. Okay, so that was into the breach. So they don't have enough Cinder to do this again anyway. So this was kind of pointless. Unfortunately, OP, that's probably not what you wanted to be doing there. We are now going to be able to move and steal this point and just deploy a bit more aggressively. We're going to have 3 leadership, so we can start probably just throwing Detonia bombs at people. I think that's going to be our game plan. Oh, and they accidentally picked up the orb as well. They still actually have 2 leadership, so they could potentially just drop on that point and take it away from us as well. They chose not to. Understandable. So, what do we do here? We probably move a small distance. Okay, so we can't get anything good onto those. Honestly, Maximus might just be moving here, chipping away at that slightly, and just moving back into this. Toltecan's going to be moving aggressively. The question is, what do we want to deploy, if anything? We could just do Snareling and try and send it over to deal with that Z. Or we could send Detonia over to just inconvenience them a little, which I actually think is probably what I'm going to do. Go for that. And then I actually think here I'm going to bring Zuna up. and deploy Mahan over here. I think this is what I want to do. I think Toltecan's probably fine, but I'm going to put this onto Maximus anyway. We want him to be safer. He matters more than Toltecan in the long run. And we're going to try and find a way of just taking this point away. So we've got 4 leadership next turn. If we can get away with playing some of these, that would be great, because it means we can save up for Shrapnel or Crosshair a turn earlier. But if we need to just play out our units, that's also fine. Okay, so Cinder Sphere double jump, it looks like. They've got 6 leaderships. There are big things they can play here. And they can jump again. I mean, we have grouped up a bit, so is this going to be a Peacemaker Balam? Because that would be a pretty big hit to hit both of those. But we would be aiming to just deal with that immediately if that was the case. Okay, so they missed, that's nice. Oh, were they just taking that point away from us? Was that all it was? Okay, we can just deal with that. I mean, Maximus can deal with that on his own. What's this going to be? Tipu? Axel Pyro. Okay. I'm all with that. Oh, they don't have the angle on Toltecan. That's slightly nicer for us. So, interestingly, snaring Axel Pyro can actually just be really convenient. Oh no, they've taken themselves out of Pyro mana. Oh, poor OP. So, interesting, one of the first things we're going to do now is just deploy Mahan over here. And we're going to start throwing explosives this direction, because Axel Pyro can die. Because we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And if we just go with something like Aria, we can clear this out. And I think that's what we should be looking at doing. So Detonia's going to just move this way, get us a nice deployment angle in case we need it. Toltecan's going to come in, go for a hit. Funny enough, Maximus's hit percentage here seems to be very, very low, and I'm not sure why. I'm hoping, okay, 95, there you go. Got that down to 3. Now we've got a couple of options here. I actually think I kind of like doing Furia more, because then we can tick her up afterwards. But we do want to make sure we don't mess up our angles here, so let's go for like 90-ish, somewhere where we can't just get... Oh, we could just go here actually. That really messes up if they have like a Peacemaker Balam, because that will hit 3 units. I think I'm going to deploy Furia still, but I'm going to just deploy it somewhere just over here, keep us out of Balam range for too many things, hopefully get the Axel Pyro here. We did get it. We can move this way. Might as well howl. I don't think it does anything here. Oh, it does. It stops Astra speed. Look at that. Astra can barely move. So Motivator Atsi is going to get taken out as soon as possible. Putting these next to each other is a risk, because if we can just put a bit of AoE down on there, I mean, we can already just prod this, surely. Like, we're going to have a bunch of damage over here. We can take this point from them. What's their play going to be? They've got 7, so this could be like a crash. It's chuck and go, okay. I'm not sure this is what I'd be chucking. I mean, sure. Absolutely fine. Not worried about that at all. It gives us an interesting play with Detonia, who can move over here and start throwing things. Astra's... Oh no, they maybe were trying to double jump and realise Astra doesn't have any movement anymore. So we need to Dardo over here now, because Dardo is currently on Maximus, who is perfectly safe. And we could even just steal the Cinder Sphere, to be honest, which we're probably going to do. So we've got 2 points. Can we get 2 more points this turn? We can get 1, but I don't think we can get 2. So let's send Max over here. Just pop this Cinder Sphere. Oh, okay. I think our opponent realised then that that was... Oh. I'm not sure if that was disconnect or quit. Not sure which, but either way, hopefully, you know, our opponent was just realising that that game probably was tipping one way more than the other. I do apologise for not entering in a ranked game for that one, but yeah, we got a little level up on Zuna there. So what I'll do, just because I've got a bit of time when recording this and that wasn't a ranked game, let's get a ranked game in here as well. Why not? So ranked play, let's go again. So, ooh. Okay, we are in the queue. So our opponent in that one was, we had control of the points, and I think it was going to be very easy for us to sort of follow that up and start and basically finish the game within a turn or two. We were getting to all of our big units. We're going to have a lot of value coming forward. We didn't need to kill Atzi that turn because we couldn't kill 2 units, so we could have just used Detonia to blow up the Cinder sections a little bit and basically make it so that it was going to be much harder for them to reach their goal. The way they're building that list implies that they were going to use a lot of Cinder later on, so I feel like that might have been a Reti Wrangler list or something like that. So that's just to let you know where we are going from there. For now, I will see you once we get in the game. Funnily enough, it has been about 2 seconds since I stopped recording, and then the game, the queue popped. So let's see, we are against Klusek, a level 29, another Zuna player, and this time we get points for victory, just what we want to see. So, Zuna versus Zuna, I imagine they're going to do the same as us and just split Zuna and Toltecan up early on, and just try and take those points very quickly. Ooh, interesting, so this is only 2 points, I believe. Oh no, this is one of the... Is this one where there's 3, isn't it? There, and here? Is this? Yeah, there we go. So with these spawn points, it's this. So this is a lot easier for us to sort of diversify. This is where we want to be as well, which is perfect. Because we can just move over here. We can move Toltecan this direction. We can assign Dardo to Toltecan. Use Mahan to protect as much as possible. And then for our deployment, we probably just want to deploy Snarling. There's no angle onto any of their stuff there anyway. We probably should have done the smoke afterwards. In fact, you know what? No, I think it is Snarling. We'll just pop for 1 point. We miss anyway, that's fine. This is pretty reasonable for us to have like a pretty solid start. So we're going to try and use Snarling as basically a way of reducing Toltecan's effectiveness and just trying to stop them in place. So they can move up and deploy onto here. That's absolutely fine, but if we can stop Toltecan getting any effectiveness off and use our other units to deal with what they place, that's really good for us. If I were them, I'd be trying to place just outside of this circle, so just out of Toltecan's range, and then that way we can't get the extra damage onto it. That looks like it might just be in range. Also, this is a good thing to try and snare, but I do think we're going to struggle with that. Yeah, so we are going to struggle. This is absolutely going to be a good Detonia option. So we're going to start using Detonia here to try and go through. What we're also going to do is try and put Detonia over here. So we'd have 0% there, 50% there. So let's move back to 48. We can't get out of this. So we may as well just try and go for the best we can get. Toltecan can move up as well. So because of the way that this deployment's gone, we can just... Oh no, I did not mean to deploy Maximus. Oh well. I guess we're deploying Maximus. I meant to deploy Detonia, I just clicked too many buttons and got a bit panicked there. So what can we do? None of this really matters, so... I guess we just go with Zuna. Come on, let's hit Zuna. I'm going to stay here to contest this point. Our Zuna's going to move forwards. And I think we're just out of range of Dardo on Snarling. So we'll howl here because we can. We've already got Dardo, and let's just deploy Mahan down as well. Keep this moving up a bit. So this was a bit of a mistake. This should have been Detonia. We'd have been trying to chip damage onto both of these. And now we're probably not sure if we want to play either of these. It might just be the case that we want to play Detonia, save our leadership, and go for sort of 3-drop into 6-drop. And that could work out quite well with Shrapnel and Crosshair in there. But versus this sort of list where they've got basically a Zuna versus Zuna. So these two fields here make it very hard for us to compete. So as it stands here, unless they deploy Arya here, we're both just controlling one objective. Also, I'm controlling one objective and they're not, and this will be quite good for us. There's not much they can do about this. We need to find some indirect fire damage. So like with this situation here, this is obviously them being like, okay, good, we can get some damage in, but all I need to do is just put Dardo on this and it's completely ineffectual. It doesn't actually accomplish anything. So unless they stop us going here, or they place Arya over here, we're actually still in a perfectly reasonable spot. Because this is our negative field, this is theirs. And honestly, Zuna can't do much. Like here, we can move up, poke Furia and just move back again, we might even be able to just put enough damage onto Furia to stop her being particularly effective at all. Like, this isn't going to be the worst. So, we are going to heal Snareling. So we're just going to move up here, assign Dardo to Snareling. Toltecan's going to come here and just howl and hit. So we're just going to move right the way up here. Yeah, these sort of projections are interestingly bad, because this should not be 50% under any circumstances. How? How does that even work? Like, I don't understand why that wouldn't be 100%. There is nothing here saying it shouldn't be 100%. Weird. Okay, so now we need to just compete here, which is funny. But let's go with Arya. She should be able to do at least a reasonable job. So if we come to, say, here, we'll just stillness and attack this. How? I don't understand what's going on. Okay, something's going weird here. I guess we go for that. Like, it feels like something very strange just happened there. I'll have to go back and look at what the Arya percentage was, because that doesn't feel like it should be that low. Like, 28 plus 75, isn't it? Yeah. So we should have 100%. Like, this should have been 100% hit. I'm going to have to go back and look what that was, because that's a very weird one. Like, Maximus missing from there shouldn't have happened. Like, I don't understand how it would happen. See, like, theirs was 100% and ours wasn't. This feels odd. Yes, Furia can cheat. Like, I feel like I should have been able to clear this out. You know, like, fairly reasonably. I don't think that was that hard of an ask. So this is a very bizarre one for me. Like, we're still scoring points. We're doing okay on that front. We're still technically ahead by one, but it depends on what they deploy next. And we've got hit and run coming. But if we can't kill Furia this turn, then what are we even here for? You know, it could even be that... Yeah, that's fine. We don't really care about that, because with hit and run... I mean, we could even just go for Snareling down here and that works. Having this point is the best thing for us at the moment. This could be the turn where we actually just move our movement... move our accuracy debuff. Okay, is this Tipu? Yeah, so that's Tipu. There we go. So that's fine. So how do we deal with Tipu?
You have a 2-point lead.
We've got 5, so... Furia's healed up. Arya's in trouble. Savria could do a good job over here. What can we get? So if we go here, Ardal is still there. So if we deploy Mahan, say, just over here somewhere. In fact, you know what? Let's move forwards. I kind of want to just sit in the middle here and deploy Mahan this side. So there's a chance of things missing onto Arya. So this should be... Oh, did I missed their field. Oops, I forgot about this. Wait, I swear that said there was... This game feels weird to me. I can't figure out... Oh no, maybe I was shooting here. I've messed this up, haven't I? Can't hit it. Okay, we do hit. So that's nice. See, this shouldn't be 0.
I know.
Okay, so that's 100 again.
Maybe their vision is based on movement.
We'll just pop in here, howl again, and hit. And I'm going to wait. I'm not going to deploy anything. I'm going to give something big next turn.
Opponent's turn. You have
Maybe make them think we've run out of time. Like, I was very close to running out of time, but I could have played something there if I wanted. But there's nothing here that quite jumps out at me. Whereas if I want to play Zappa and Enki, which is what I do want to play next turn, now we've got the chance to do so, and potentially even just kill Tipu in the process. So that would be nice if we can say just drop it down here, you move away, pull a few things in. Like this we don't really care about. The question is, ooh, sorry if you heard that noise, I'm just dropping my phone, is what are they going to do? So getting this extra point every turn has been a big deal for us. If they don't do anything here, we're going to get an extra point here as well. And then that basically guarantees us the win next turn. Because they can't do very much at all without killing if they don't kill a crew here, basically, we're almost guaranteed the win. Like, this has to be something that we will probably kill here. It's 4 damage, so you just need 1 more damage to get through. It can't quite get over here to contest this, so what's the plan? Are they going for the... Okay, so they're going for Furia to try and take the one shot here, which is good. Yeah, it works, that's fine. So we just need to figure out how to get 1 extra point this turn. So can we get enough damage onto their... Oh, it's Tultacan there, isn't it? So realistically, Tultacan might not be the one to do it. It might have to be that we go for Furia. So let's... Funnily enough, I think we howl first. I know it hits Arzuna, but we're not worried about that. Can we get Zapranenki somewhere that hits both?
My stomach is in revolt.
So we're going to move over here. Just to stay as back as possible. Can we pop Zapranenki in that gap? We can't. Okay, so this is where we're going to have to go. And this doesn't do the job. So everyone is going to start getting hurt. We can Dardo here. And we will also Mahan here as well. And then I think we... Oh no, we did it all wrong. We did everything wrong. I used all my abilities. What an absolute donut. Oh, Zapper could have moved as well. We've basically just given them a free turn here. So now we're just going to move away and cry because we played stupid games to win stupid prizes. Range attack here, I guess we could try and pop this. That was a terrible... I had a game plan and I just completely ignored it. Didn't kill Furia after all. Didn't put us 1 point from victory. Gave them a free option for a turn. And now this is a problem. So we're going to go to 7. We're going to have 8. We need to figure out how to get out of this. So Detonian hit and run's one option. Shrapnel's not as great. I think Detonian hit and run could be it. We only need to kill probably a couple of units. Tipu's going to be able to contest this. So it should still only be 2 units we need to kill. This being here is such an issue though. If we can get 1... What if we can do Crosshair Severe? I don't know if we can get... We can't get onto that to deal the damage at range is the problem. So if Tipu moves here, I don't think we can actually win next turn. Yeah, this is fine. They've still got a very low % chance. I don't think it should be 0 is the thing. But it's can we clear up enough here? So what do we do? Okay, the miss is good. That's very important for us. I really can't believe we messed this up. So we can't deploy anything over here, but at least we're contesting for a while. We can set this to be healing. This is going to be at 7. And we can deal with what?
You have a 3-point lead.
4, 5, 6 to that. So this was our vortex. So if we go here, this should be 100%. Like, there we go. So that is 100%. We'll howl here.
It's too early.
We're going to play Detonia. So Detonia wants to be relatively safe, I think. So I think over here is the answer. And she's just going to lob onto all of these. Get a bit of damage down. You know what might be an issue here? I'm not sure if I can actually get somewhere to deploy hit and run now that I've moved stupidly. I can't put hit and run in place. This was the really worst place to deploy Detonia. Okay, so what I'm going to have to do now is use our hit and run
5 out of 6 crew.
to start hitting Peacemaker Vallum. So we're going to assign Dardo over here. Arya can just go for any lines of sight here. Go for this. This could hit it. 60%. Okay, getting that is a big deal. This is where we want to be. We might not be out of it yet. We're making terrible, terrible choices, but we've not quite yet been punished. Klusek is doing quite a good job to hang on at this point, because they're not out of it yet, and we've just been making ridiculous mistakes. They've got 7 leadership, so there's loads of big scary things they could play, but next turn we only need to destroy 1 crew, and we're going to have access to Crosshair. So between Crosshair and Shrapnel, most things that they could play this turn we might be able to do. Like, so that's going to be... Oh, because they're stunned, so that doesn't count. Yeah, so that's removing damage. They're staying contesting this. They're staying contesting here, so they do need to move on here, yeah. I think they might as well just hit our captain at this point. This doesn't do anything, and what do they deploy? Because if they deploy something that we can kill with Crosshair and they don't kill anything else now... Okay, 8 damage here is good. Yep. Can they get the last 2 in? I don't think they can. Oh, they did. They hadn't attacked with Talali. Yeah, of course. Okay, perfect. So our opponent needs to get in. We need to kill 2 units next turn. Question is, can we kill both of these? I don't think the answer is going to be yes. But then the answer might be if we can kill up here and then kill something in this direction. I think we can do that. If this is in range, I think we've got it. Because I think we lob explosive over here to take this out. And that's the end of Balam. I think we hit Drum Dancer Talali. And then I think we deploy Crosshair. I think that's it. There we go. Amazing. Well, that was a difficult game. And it was only difficult because I made it difficult for myself. Like, our opponent had some really cool stuff, like that T-Poo was going to start growing, but we got quite lucky on like on the misses there. But all in all, I think our opponent played relatively well, but we were our own worst enemy there. We could have probably won a couple of turns earlier had I not just made a serious series of misplays. But I enjoyed that. I'm perfectly happy admitting when I've made terrible, terrible errors. Zappa and Enki seems to be going up quite quickly. It's almost like it's a very good unit. And honestly, it required so much of their focus even when it was completely useless. It did literally nothing and still took like 2 full turns of attacking onto it, which was really, really good for us. Shrapnel hasn't come up that often, but I still think it's a worthwhile inclusion in the list. Crosshair's always incredible, and I love the utility of both Hit and Run and Maximus as well. Like, these two are my point-stealing dream team. I'm really liking how this is going. It might be my favourite list so far. Like, I'm really, really enjoying how it goes. I think Extilior might just be slightly better, but Zuna having the ability to split in 2 directions, deploy where you need to, is absolutely great. Your opponent could have brought out either of these and started basically really hammering down on me. Thicket wouldn't have been quite as useful. I don't like playing the poison units without something with Electrified, so Thicket and Zappa works well together, but without that I'd feel a bit of a struggle. But honestly, I think this is going well. If you've enjoyed this, please do remember to hit that subscribe button. Like I said, if every single person did, we'd have already hit the point where the channel could be monetized by now, which would be incredible. You can also like the videos, drop in comments. I've had so many comments recently and it's been really, really encouraging. Thanks to every single one of you. But for now, thank you so much for watching, and most importantly, have a good day.